What's going on, guys? We're back again with another video, and I know, I get it, you don't want to see another tier list video, but I've got to let my opinion be known. Black Ops 6 is done, it's over with, and Black Ops 7 is right around the corner, and I want to let you guys know what I think about Black Ops 6's maps and where they kind of stand in the hierarchy, in my opinion. So let's get right into it right now, okay? So, of course, first map we're going to start with here is Terminus, okay? Now, in my opinion, Terminus is an A rank map, all right? I don't think it hits the heights of things like Horizon Drac, things like Ancient Evil, things like Origins or Mob of the Dead, etc., okay? But I do think this is by far, in a way, the best map in the game. Not even close. I absolutely adore the atmosphere. I love the uniqueness of the Beam Smasher in this map and how it's not just a kill 'em all type of weapon. You kind of have to utilize its tools for it to be actually useful throughout the whole game. And it introduced the amalgam and, you know, the vermin and all that stuff. But I feel like it actually fits the theme of this map. It's not like how it is in the rest of the maps in this game where they're just spammed in just because for enemy's sake, right? Just to quote unquote make variation in the game. But I think this map, like I said, is by far the best. Is it S tier? No, but I think it is an absolutely fantastic map. And if you were to throw this in any other game system, it would be a great map regardless. Now, the second map I want to go ahead and take a look at is Citadel Daymore. All right. I think Citadel, I know I might get a lot of flack from people on this, but I think it's C tier. Okay. And honestly, I was really disappointed by this map. Whenever they announced this map and the trailers came out and the cutscene came out, I was so hyped for this map. It has so much potential as a location because obviously, I mean, you look back at Horizon Drac, right? It's just such a fantastic map. It has great atmosphere, great weapons, all the above, right? But I feel like the only thing Citadel did completely right is the weapons. I adore the swords. I think the swords are going to end up probably being one of the most underrated set of, you know, 4 elemental wonder weapons ever, in my opinion. But overall as a map, I think the only other thing that I think that added, you know, as far as its own unique features is the Doppelgast. I actually really like the Doppelgast as an enemy, but the problem is it ends up getting spammed in, you know, the whole rest of the life cycle of the game, including Black Ops 7, which that's a whole nother topic I'm not even going to get into. But Citadel, again, for me, atmosphere, it's okay. It's not awful. The map design for me, it's not the best. And I feel like the actual castle element itself, there's just not nearly enough environmental storytelling there. I feel like there's just too much graffiti everywhere. And I don't know, man. It just, when you play the map, it doesn't have that same magic that a castle should have. You know, it just feels like it's kind of plopped in there. You run through it a little bit. It doesn't have that environmental storytelling that Horizon Drac does. And I just feel like it was a huge missed opportunity overall. And it kind of makes me upset that it's up here. Boss fight, I think, is pretty good, as well as Terminus. I forgot to mention that as well. But like I said, overall as a package, I do think it is pretty mid in my. So the next map I want to talk about is Liberty Falls. So again, I don't think Liberty Falls is a terrible map. I think it does its job good enough. And I'm going to go ahead and put it behind Citadel Daymore, okay? Liberty Falls is one of those maps like Kino, like Derice, anything like that of the past where you just hop in, go pack a punch, do that classic type of game style, right? Even though it's in Black Ops 6 and it's slightly different. Well, slightly. It is pretty majorly different because of the gameplay systems. But overall, like I said, as a map, atmosphere is non-existent, okay? It's just, it's not there. And you know, honestly, I'm actually going to make a change. I'm going to put it down in D tier. The atmosphere for me, this is one of the biggest things I look for in a zombies map, and it's just not there. Like, I remember whenever COD Next was debuting the map, and it just straight up looked like a multiplayer map. There was no atmospheric, additions to make it feel like a zombies map. Now, again, is it fun just to hop into and camo grind? Sure. But after you've done the camo grind and after you've gotten all those weapons maxed out, I'm never going to touch a map like this ever again. Like, seriously, I would much rather play Citadel or Terminus over this map. Or, to be honest, any of the maps below this, which is kind of a spoiler. But Liberty Falls, in my opinion, is just the camo grinder map. All right? So, obviously, again, not the worst out there, even though, like I said, it does nothing special, but I don't think it does anything good enough to be C tier either. So that's just my opinion on on Liberty Falls. So let's move on to the next. So next one I want to talk about is the Tomb. So the Tomb, I will be completely honest with you. I think because of its atmosphere alone makes it way better than Liberty Falls. Okay. Which will automatically make it go up a tier for me. I think the Tomb, again, it's one of those maps where there's so much potential there, right? Especially story-wise, which I didn't even talk about the story in the last couple maps because most of it, besides Terminus, is mid, okay? But the Tomb, again, atmospherically, a lot of it is beautiful. A lot of it is great. A lot of it is nice, especially the dark ether portion of the map. Again, the only things I would complain about is, I love the ice staff in this game. It feels great to use, but again, use another wonder weapon, man. Use another unique wonder weapon, right? I don't know, man. The biggest thing that disappointed me about this map, honestly, was the story. Whenever you go and complete the Easter egg, which is actually decently fun, and I think it is better than Liberty Falls' Easter egg, there's just nothing. You get the Sentinel artifact, and of course, the AI stuff with voice acting stuff was going on back then, but they couldn't put anything in there. Like, there was like no voice acting besides the same AI, and all the intrigue of the atmosphere just gets killed like that because there's no storytelling whatsoever. Like, it's a map. It's fun to just hop in and play. Again, if you're camo grinding or something like that, but atmospherically, it doesn't tell anything. No story, no interest of, oh, I wonder what happened here. I wonder what the storyline is here. There's nothing there for me besides, like I said, it looking pretty. So I do think it's better than Liberty Falls, but I do think Citadel is still better than this map. The next map we'll be looking at is Shattered Veil. So I had a really tough time placing this map because I do think it is really good, but I also don't want to put it on Terminus' level because I don't think that it is unique enough in a couple key areas, okay? So for me, Shattered Veil is a B tier map, all right? I absolutely love the boss fight in this map. The T-Rex, so sick. One of the best parts about it. The atmosphere in this map is a lot better, in my opinion, than anything like Citadel, Liberty Falls, or even The Reckoning. So I think it strikes a nice balance there. The room you go into where you first see the T-Rex in the mansion, you hear the music playing. I think that's another thing it did well. It used the music a lot better. Whenever you're entering certain areas, it feels almost grandiose in a way, right? And again, the only thing that knocks this map down for me, I would put it A tier if it had good, unique wonder weapons. And again, I'm not complaining that the Ray Gun Mark II is bad or the Wonder Waff is bad. I actually love the hell out of those weapons. But for me, seeing the Ray Gun Mark II variants when pretty much at least half of them are a copy of Alpha Omegas, and then seeing the Wonder Waff again when it's been spammed throughout the last couple games, Vanguard, MW3, and then this game as well, that just takes it down a notch for me. But again, the storyline is much better than any of the maps below. I love the cutscene with Richtofen. It actually has some flair. It actually has some action that gets me interested in the next map, The Reckoning, which we'll get into in just a second. But again, overall, I think it's a solid package as a map. And it's definitely one of the ones, if I were to ever visit BO6 again, it would be one of my first choices to play. All right, and finally, the last map of BO6, The Reckoning. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think it's just a mid map, man. I think it's just straight mid. I would be completely honest with you. I would rather play the Tomb than I would play, or rather play, the Reckoning. Like, I'm being completely 1000% honest with you. And I feel like the reason why I say that is the Reckoning as a finale map is so disappointing on a lot of gameplay fronts. Almost all story fronts. Okay, like I could go on a whole tangent about the story of Black Ops 6 and how it's pretty bad overall, but this map just absolutely destroys all of it and basically confirms that the story for this game sucks, guys. We got to go into Black Ops 7 with something new, with the 4 old characters, right? Primus or Ultimus, whatever you want to call them. And the only thing that saves this map from being D tier or F tier for me is the Wonder Weapon, the Gorg effects. I actually really like the Gorg effects. I love its design. I love how it's not just an instant one-shot kill. You actually have to strategically use it and use training strategies around the map. Again, the areas are okay looking. It reminds me a lot of Liberty Falls' type of environment. But again, it's nothing special. And again, the way you traverse the map, the kind of sort of Forsaken teleporting everywhere, like, I don't know, man. It's just, to me, it comes off as not a special map whatsoever. It's a very disappointing end for the game as a whole. Like, I can't tell you how unhyped the community seemed for this map. Like, Mr. Raffle Waffles just literally completely skipped it coming out. And it's probably because he, well, not low-key, but knew that the story is ass and it's not going to end in a great way. So this is my tier list, guys. I got Terminus in A tier. I've got Shattered Veil in B tier. Got Citadel at C tier. I've got the Tomb right behind it. The Reckoning right behind the Tomb. And Liberty Falls as the worst map in Black Ops 6. So what do you guys think about my list? I want you guys to go ahead and comment down below and let me know. Is it trash? Is it good? Is it mid? Let me know what you guys think below, and tell me what you guys thought about Black Ops 6 overall as a package. I think it was good, but again, it wasn't anything spectacular. So thank you guys for watching the video, and we will catch you in the next one.